Okay, welcome to the structuring the poll section. The first thing I want to get out of the way is you do want to have good logistics. If your logistics suck, you'll be fine. You'll still be able to poll as long, and depending on how bad they are. If you live 2 hours away, you're going to have a very hard time. I haven't tested that. I have tested polls over and over and over again. In fact, my first few years in this, where I was living about 45 minutes away to about an hour, and I was polling this way. And so it's possible, but you will notice a drop-off rate, and especially if you're not basically exaggerating the truth and saying, oh, I only live 30 minutes away or 20 minutes away, and it's really an hour. If you're doing that, you will have a higher conversion, but it will involve you kind of like fudging the truth. I want you to do whatever it takes. The same way you're willing to do whatever it takes to get good at game, I want you to do whatever it takes to get your logistics fucking handled so that you're going out in areas that are really poppin', that are 5 to 10 minutes away from your home. Yes, it will probably cost more money than you're currently paying right now, but think about the upside in that you will have massive conversion rates. All your dates will be way more inclined to meet you in your neighborhood. They will also be, the girls will be way more inclined to hit you up when they're in your neighborhood. Like, I live in the club district here in Manhattan, and when girls come to the clubs over here, they hit me up even if I wasn't out with them. They're like, hey, can I come over? Or, oh my God, my friends are pissing me off. Can I come over and just say fuck this club? Right? You will get hit up for booty calls and things like that. They might even, at the end of the night, it will hook you up hardcore. Believe me, you'll be very, very happy. So get your logistics handled. Stay 5 to 10 minutes away, if at all possible. Have your own place, or at least a place where you could bring girls back. And don't rely on going to the girl's place. If you rely on going to the girl's place, it's like I talked about in the earlier sections where I said you need to take responsibility, and the more responsibility you put on the girl, the less likely you are to close. Same thing. You're putting the responsibility on the girl to have her own place and have her own logistics, and you don't have the same authority to say, hey, let's go to your place, as much as you do to say, hey, let's go to my place. Like, it's yours. You get to decide who comes in. You don't really get to decide if she lets you into your home, or into her home. So just keep that in mind. Get your logistics handled. It's just as important, if not more important, than having really good game. If you have really good game but no place to bring the girls, what the fuck are you going to do? It's a big problem, and it's going to be, again, a massive drop-off point. I'm going to leave you with this one example to think about, that if you've ever heard me talk about this, maybe you've heard it before, but essentially, bringing a girl home at the end of the night or throughout the night when you live far away is pretty much the same situation as, let's say you have a friend of yours who invites you to get the best damn cheeseburger around, but it's an hour away. And if it's 2 in the morning and your friend says, let's go get a cheeseburger, it's so good, it's the best one, aka I have really good game, I'm the best guy, but it requires an hour travel, you're probably not going to be as inclined to go for it, and it's going to require way more selling. And you know what you'd probably do, just like what the girl would do, she'd probably rather settle for like a less cool guy, but who it's very convenient to hook up with him. The same way you'd rather probably settle for a not as good burger, but it's 5 minutes away. So keep that in mind. At some point when your game is really good, it has less to do with how good your game is and more to do with how easy it is for girls to say yes once they like you. And so your game's tight, they all like you. How easy it is for them to seamlessly just go about saying, you know what, I'm in, let's do it. And that will happen within the first few minutes very often when your game is pretty tight, and it doesn't even need to be that tight. A lot of girls are just going to like you for where you're at right now. All right, I will see you in the next section.